some basic functions to our data. Now the first thing that you'll notice what I've done is I've cleaned my data set. So see if you can get to this same point on your data. And what I did was I went to my raw data and I combined these two tables. And then we're simply placing one under the other. So you can see here's Umlazi, and underneath Umlazi is Durban North. What I've also done is I've added the year, month, and day column, as well as a date number, which is what we learned in the previous lesson, where we simply just add the date and the time and format it to a number, and that will be important, and I'll make that clear shortly. You'll see I've also got the location, south and north, as well as the station ID, the station name, station ID, and the ward number. And this may be important because as engineers, you want to know where the rain is falling. So, firstly, let's sort our data from the first timestamp to the last timestamp that we received the data. So because this is actually sorted by station name, you'll notice that halfway down our table, we have an entry point that is on the 2nd of December, but the point above it is on the 5th. So let's select all of our data, our dates numbers, and we want to filter it. So the first thing that I want to do is expand the selection and click sort. So what I did was, let's just redo that. So I selected all my data, I went to the data tab, and I went to the sort function and I selected sort from smallest to largest. But now Excel realizes that this data is actually part of a table, so I want to expand the selection. So I've done that. I can click sort. So now what you'll notice is that all the rainfall that fell on the 2nd of December is sorted in a temporal sequence, and this occurs for all of our data. Now why this is useful is because we can now use it to look at the total rain in each day, for example. So what I've done is I've created a little side table here just to calculate some averages that I would want to include, or just get a feel for what they are. So to add calculate the total rain for the second day, I'm going to enter in a function using the equal to sign. So I'm going to say equals sum, open brackets, and highlight all the rain that fell on the 2nd of December. Hit enter, and then I'm going to do the same for the 3rd. So this will be equals to sum, and I'm going to sum over the 3rd of the month, and let's just make sure we've got everything. And then for the 4th day of the month, and for the 5th day of the month, so equals sum, open brackets, and then what I want to do is add all the rain that fell on the 5th. And hit enter. Okay, so now we can see some interesting details about our rainfall. So in both the north and the south region, we had quite a bit of rain, with most of the rain falling on the 5th of December. That's quite an important result. We may want to calculate the average. So if we wanted to do that, we could use equals to average, open brackets, and I want to calculate the average over those few days, or I may want to calculate the standard deviation. So if we use the standard deviation function and highlight it, you'll see that the standard deviation is quite close to the mean. So that tells us that our data is very spread out. And we'll see that now in when we learn how to plot the functions.